Majority of people think buying land is the smartest first investment. I used my first 1K, that is in US dollars, differently, and I will tell you how. Please stick with me, because you might be in the same confusion where choosing from purchasing land with your first ever money and putting it somewhere else where it can easily multiply feels so hard. The first time I made 1,000 US dollars, everyone was advising me buy land. Parents, friends, other relatives, and random people, they were all advising me buy a piece of land before you waste that money. What I realized is that a lot of people look at land as wealth, even if it is blank, even if there is nothing there, even if they are not earning anything from it per year, they still regard it as wealth. But to me, I think they just feel good just because they own the land. Though I made this money from land through peasant farming on my father's land, but I saw it would not make sense for me to buy land, since I would not be accepted to cultivate my father's land once again. And so I imagined purchasing land using all that money, spending it all on a piece of land, because you will have to agree with me that to buy any sizable piece of land, the 1,000 US dollars has to be spent all. Then I asked myself, I don't have anything like a source of income. How is a piece of land going to put money, put cash in my pocket? And to make the matters worse, I didn't have any capital, because if that was the only money I had. So I didn't have any capital. If I used the money to purchase the land, I'd remain with nothing, no capital to develop the land, to put some businesses on the land. If it is to build rentals, building rentals. If it is putting up some projects like poultry and others, putting them there, no capital. All the money, you have used it to buy land. The money is over, the money is depleted. Remember, when you're still in the early stages of making money, you have to focus on multiplying the little you have. Then, I wonder, people are advising me to buy land. Since I'm still in the early stages of making money, how is a piece of land going to make it happen? That's the question I asked myself. I failed to get the answer, and this indicated that buying land at this stage would be a bad idea. I would have bought the land at the wrong time. And I guess what you are thinking right now, you might be saying, but the value of land keeps increasing every year. And yes, I get it. The value of land can increase. But the question is, what was the primary target? What was the major reason of purchasing that land and purchasing it with all what you have? What is the reason? Was it to wait for years for the value to increase and then sell at a profit? You will agree with me, it will take not less than 2 years for the value of land to increase, especially in the village. And here is the question: if 2 years is the time it takes for the land to increase in value, how are you going to be surviving? Those are the questions I was asking myself. How am I going to be getting money for purchasing a new cloth? Money for trimming off the hair? Yes, don't laugh. There comes a time when you don't have money even for trimming off the hair from your head. Okay, this is what I actually did with the money. I used part of the money to buy a small business which would be giving me some money to meet my expenses such as rent, food, etc. Then the bigger part of the money, I rented out a piece of land to reinvest in peasant farming where I had got the money initially, because I knew if I do like 2 seasons consecutively, that is 1 year, 2 seasons, that is 1 year, my money shall be multiplied. Besides, remember, I bought a small business and there is someone working for me there as I manage my gardens. So I'm not saying that buying land is totally a bad idea, but it depends on the timing. When have you bought it? If you have bought it, do you have money to develop it, to put some businesses on that land? Do you have any other source of income? How are you going to be surviving? How is that piece of land, if you use all your money to purchase a piece of land, how is it going to be putting money in your pocket? Because I know land is very important, especially here in Uganda and in Africa at large. And I love it. I know one day I will buy land, but not at this stage. You have to buy land with a specific reason and at the right time. Using your first ever money, it is your first time to touch 1,000 US dollars, and then you carry it all and buy a fixed asset like land. You are still a youth. You have more time to make that land to make that money produce another money, but you are fixing it instead of treating that money as capital, as a seed to multiply it. Then you will buy land later on. So that is my thinking. I have not told you not to buy land. No, that is my opinion. I don't know on your side what you are thinking, but for me, I've shared a story with you. If you can pick a leaf, that is very good, because I know there are people who are in the same situation like me. They have money, they want to buy land, but they are confused. They want to start up a business to multiply the money. They are double-hearted. But for me, I have showed you the decision I made based on my own circumstance. And I don't know your circumstance. So that is it. If you liked the story, please like it, smash the like button, and perhaps subscribe to the channel, because you'll be giving me more fuel to bring out insightful stories like this. And I will see you in the next one.